Good progress. We did exactly what we wanted to do.
Vice President Vance, a short time ago at the Lake Lucerne Resort in Switzerland where the negotiations took place, he says that includes nuclear progress and the push to prevent Iran from having weapons.
We, and this is probably what we're most excited about as Americans, the Iranians have agreed to invite IAEA inspectors back into their country.
As for another big part of the conflict, oil and other shipping,
we wanted to build a mechanism for keeping the Strait of Hormuz open. It is open.
But Fox's Jonathan Savage reports
it was not all smooth sailing. Iranian state media said negotiations were paused after what it called an insulting message from President Trump. He posted on social media, "We'll hit Iran very hard if the Iranians don't stop proxies causing trouble in Lebanon." Technical level talks will continue through the week.
Now, Hezbollah and Israel did not attack each other yesterday for the first time in months. Britain's Prime Minister Keir Starmer resigned this morning.
Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first.
President Trump had been critical of Starmer over immigration policy and for Britain not helping the U.S. with Iran. On top of that,
you've had local elections in which the Labour Party were decimated by a lot of other parties, by Reform in particular. And, of course, you had Peter Mandelson, who was the man that Keir Starmer picked to become ambassador to America. And it turned out he had close relationships with Jeffrey Epstein.
Starmer will stay on until there's a new prime minister, and Fox's Benjamin Hall also reports there's a front-runner already.
Andy Burnham, who is the mayor of Manchester, finally won a seat in Parliament, and he is widely considered to be the next contender.
A famous economist has died. Alan Greenspan was chairman of the Federal Reserve almost 20 years, from President Reagan to George W. Bush. His wife, famous journalist Andrea Mitchell, put out a statement that Greenspan died at their home this morning of complications of Parkinson's disease. He was 100 years old. America's listening to Fox News.
You've got to try the new TikTok diet.
Just ask chat.
I just take blue-green algae.
You just have to eat kale. Kale, kale, kale.
I read you should put butter in your coffee.
Or you could trust your gut. When it comes to your energy, digestion, and overall health, how do you know what's actually right for you? That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple, at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to show what's going on inside you right now. Not trends, not guesses, your biology. With your results, Viome gives you clear, personalized, actionable guidance. Which foods help you, which ones don't, and which supplements your body actually can benefit from. All based on the world's largest gut health databases and thousands of clinical research studies. Many people who use Viome report better digestion, more energy, and an improved mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing.
And maybe still eat the kale?
Maybe. Learn more at Viome.com/know. V as in Victor, IOME.com/KNOW. And use coupon code VIOME50 to save $50 off your purchase.
And eat everything blue.
No, thank you.
Now that summer has arrived, the Supreme Court is winding down its term with fewer than 20 cases left to decide. We'll get more rulings this week, some of them high profile.
One pending case will determine whether to uphold the president's executive order ending birthright citizenship. Executive power is at the heart of several other cases, including the president's ability to fire agency, board, or commission members. One case involves the firing of an FTC commissioner. The other involves the attempted firing of a Federal Reserve Board governor. The justices also heard a case that will determine the circumstances by which an administration can end temporary protected status for a group of migrants. Another case involves whether states can have rules that ban transgender athletes from women's and girls' sports, and yet another case pertains to how long states can accept mail-in ballots after Election Day. And Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
On Wall Street, coming off a long holiday weekend, hardly any movement right now for stock futures, and oil prices are also barely budging. Woody and Buzz back on top of the box office.
Moviegoers are still turning out for Toy Story.
Tech's invaded our house, too.
I don't know, Jesse. Toys are for play, but tech is for everything.
The fifth installment of Disney and Pixar's Toy Story with the biggest opening of the year so far, earning $160 million at the domestic box office. Internationally, it pulled in $152 million for a global start of $312 million. Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day slipped to second place with $17 million in its second weekend. Obsession comes in third with $14.2 million in its sixth weekend. Kathleen Maloney, Fox News.
As soccer's World Cup, Iran played again at the Los Angeles Stadium. Some Iranian Americans protested, booing the country's anthem. Iran played Belgium to a draw. Cape Verde also tied Uruguay. Spain shut out Saudi Arabia 4-0. Japan blanked Tunisia by the same score. Egypt beat New Zealand 3-1. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign police say they're investigating a shooting that sent a man to the hospital Saturday night on the city's north side. Victim arrived at the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, is cooperating with detectives. Police collected shell casings and reviewed nearby security footage. So far, no arrests have been made. Urbana police arresting a suspect Sunday morning in connection with a series of weekend business burglaries along Cunningham Avenue. Officers say surveillance footage helped identify the individual, who was taken into custody without incident. Several stolen items were recovered. Charges are pending by review of the Champaign County State's Attorney's Office. Urbana City officials spent the weekend reviewing updates to a downtown safety plan aimed at improving late-night activity. Proposal includes expanded lighting, additional patrol coverage, and new camera placements in high-traffic areas. Council members say the goal is to support businesses while addressing concerns raised by area residents. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Hey, good Monday morning. Last full week of June. Here we are. It's June 22nd, Monday morning. And here we are.
Yep.
And boy, it looked like Effingham got a little more again. Southern, kind of the Mattoon-Charleston area.
Right.
Greg said plans B, C, and D on Sunday for Father's Day.
There you go.
And they were indeed. But Saturday was beautiful. 3 days in a row we had nice drying. That was good. So...
And then the rains of the back end of the weekend kind of just, putting us right back to the start position here with too much water, too much rain, too much standing water in the fields, and, of course, the severe stuff, as you alluded to there.
Yeah, you know what, too? I mean, it doesn't look like we're going to get a lot of sunshine this week, are we?
I know it.
We'll get there, in the next day or so. We'll get some this afternoon. I'm actually peeking through in some spots before the morning is done. We've got 1, 2, 3 more weather systems, maybe a little weaker on each one, and maybe a little more heat and humidity finally showing up as it finally should, like for the back half of June, beginning early next week around here. So there are some more positive changes going forward. Not many, but we'll take what we can get.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what we're into. Here we are. I'm Stevie J. There's Diane Ducey. Good
morning.
Our meteorologist is Greg Solier. We got about a half an inch around here, according to my farmer friends. Champaign, Urbana, surrounding here and there. Weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
Reminding you, they always have neat things coming up inside and out. So make sure you're checking all the programmings. In fact, Tai Chi on Tuesdays between 6:30 and 7:30 is happening tomorrow, in case you'd like to experience that at Meadowbrook Park. Details at urbanaparks.org.
All right, Gregory, what are you thinking here on Monday morning in June?
Well, 107 in the gauge over at Willett and Savoy, and pretty much comparable numbers like that due east towards Danville. And I think as you venture a little south, haven't had many co-op observers check in this morning on the rainfall totals, but the radar estimates are pushing 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, and 2/3, even some spots farther north up towards the Chicagoland area, maybe Kankakee County, more than 2, and would be surprised to see some pockets of 2-inch totals as well, just slightly east and south of Champaign proper. So everyone getting soaking stuff right back where we started here with standing water, swollen streams and rivers, and still the back end of the rain, not too far off east of us, a little bit around the Brickyard up towards West Lafayette, down to Terre Haute, and heading into Ohio. And again, keeping an eye on the streams and rivers. We'll get a couple of 2 or 3 days of dry time. One system in here Wednesday, a couple of weaker systems between Friday and the weekend. And we see a pattern shift with stormy weather and wetter weather focusing on the northern and western Corn Belt back in the plains, while we get into some of that summer heat and humidity over the southeastern state. Signs of it's going to begin to move northward. We'll be probably pushing, I would think, maybe close to 90 degrees by early next week. But in the meantime, 59 at Willard and Savoy, 60 at Danville, 59 over at the Kankakee, 63 down towards St. Louis. Partly sunny morning, a couple of sprinkles east of Champaign County here for the next few hours, and a partly cloudy afternoon. So more sun as the day wears on. Cool, though, for the time of year. Should be 83 this time of the year, the first full day of summertime, but only 73 with a gusty north wind. Clear, comfortably cool tonight, 52. Tomorrow, sunny, pleasant, and 77. We'll flirt with 80 with increasing clouds, but shower thunderstorm chances get ramped up to about 40% by afternoon Wednesday. Dry time, 81 on Thursday. And then a couple of widely scattered showers, thunderstorms, late morning to mid to late afternoon chances between Friday and the weekend. Highs of about 80 on Friday, low to mid 80s Saturday and Sunday, and tickling 90 with some humidity and feeling like it ought to be summertime around here for Monday and Tuesday of next week. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, buddy, thank you so much. How about the American Eagle? Is that not majestic?
It's such a great bird to represent America.
It is an amazing, amazing bird.
Look at that.
We have that. I'll show it on.
Picture eagle in flight.
Isn't that great?
In case you're watching at Stevie Jay Show on YouTube, and we also do it on X at Stevie Jay FM.
That was sighted over Clinton Lake.
Nice.
And Mama went hunting. I presume it's the mom eagle that hunts.
Right, and they stay together as a couple in that nest.
We could hear all the chirping on the babies. And it was, we had to kind of go finding. There was an area we had once had success with a whole bunch of hawks and eagles, and boy, they were back. And I think it's about dinner time. I think they're looking at their little watches on their little feathers, and they're saying, hey, man, it's 5 o'clock.
Let me go fishing here, see if I can get my talons in the water. And
saw them make a dive, come back with little fish, go back, chirp, 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 little babies up there.
That's amazing.
That's Clinton. That's not Anchorage,
right?
Alaska. This is not Skagway, Alaska. This is Clinton Lake.
I feel like I've seen one in Savoy. There's a big eagle's nest.
I mean, it is so majestic to watch them fly, watch them glide. Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey as our national symbol. Glad he got outvoted on that.
The eagle is awesome.
Eagle's awesome.
And, of course, America's 250. I know Tolono Fun Day has a drone show coming up on Friday night. And I don't know if you've seen this promotional piece we put out, Stevie, but there's an eagle in flight in that top right-hand corner of
What do you do if it's not weather?
Well, we'll just adjust accordingly.
You just, I don't know, can you do drones in the rain?
I haven't. This is something new to our festival. So
can you do fireworks in the rain? I don't think so.
I mean, typically we bump things, but
well, I just have to wait and see.
Fingers crossed.
Every day, it's just kind of showing a chance here.
Yes, it does. But at least the conditions are more bearable. I saw on Saturday it was 80, but yeah, there is a 40% shot at showers, so we might be adjusting things on the fly.
And it looks like next week we're going to get to the 90 thing. So it's more like 4th of July. The corn continues to grow, but the fields are pretty darn wet.
That's right.
See a lot of standing water out there. So anyway, I hope you had a great Father's Day.
Yeah, it was great for my husband, Mike, and my son-in-law, Seth, and your son-in-law, Jacob, celebrating his first Father's Day. It's so exciting with these grandchildren in our lives.
It's great. It's amazing how quickly we think we're kind of planning on baby week this week.
Okay.
Standing by. We'll be headed to Park Ridge whenever the time is. We've never done a hospital. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to shoot up to Park Ridge, Illinois, and whenever we're going to get the call that the baby's here, and then they have the mother-father bonding 4 hours or so. I can't remember the name of that, but they traditionally hang there just with the baby and the mom and the dad.
Right. Just helping
What
with
is that
that
called?
bonding. Some kind of baby bonding.
It is, and so we're going to get the call when the baby's here and drive 3 hours and see the baby.
I know that we got a text in from Rick saying, Steve and Diane, a truce with Iran is already being broken. You can't negotiate with them. They will never be able to abide by any agreement except to do away with America. We need to take our present regime. The present regime. So
take them out, you mean?
I guess.
Well, that means people on the ground and a lot of casualties. So I don't think that's going to happen because
I felt like I was feeling more positive with the things that J.D. Vance was saying
you
to
think
their
about
leaders.
this. You got the seventh string running Iran. Everybody else is dead. So they're scrambling. They're disagreeing with each other. When is the last time you could trust Iran in anything? When did they ever say this and did that? They never have. That's not their doctrine is to lie, and their doctrine is to kill us. So that's what their goal is. So we're trying to figure it out. I think we've set them back for a long time when it comes to getting nuclear weapons, I think. But even that's muddy. I don't think they can do it, but none of us really know. So we're trying to, obviously with midterms coming up, the president wants prices to come down. Otherwise, you might lose power, and then we'll be into impeachments for 2 years. So that doesn't sound attractive either. And what if it works? Donald Trump will go down in history as he did that when nobody thought he could. And even if he does, the Democrats won't acknowledge it. And that's just where we are.
Right.
So I don't know. I can't trust Iran. I can't trust them as far as I can throw them with the current, not the Iranian people, Not 90 million of them, but the other 5 million could be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 7:15, 217-359-2255. You're always welcome on the Fisher National Bank text line. Now sports headline.
Well, we ended up beating Australia in the World Cup. Go Team USA. So things are progressing there. Did you see any of the U.S. Open, Stevie?
I did indeed.
Okay.
It's always fascinating. You had Wyndham Clark with a 6-shot lead, and it comes all the way down to 1.
Right.
And then he hits it in the fescue and makes an amazing shot on 16 and holds off Sam Burns. I was kind of rooting for Scotty Scheffler or Rory McIlroy, and Scotty couldn't quite get the ball to go in.
Okay.
And Rory just struggled. The wind and the conditions, they were just brutal, as they always are in the U.S. Open. But
right.
It was suspenseful and amazing how great these players are, even in tough conditions. Well, we have 4 people under par out of 156.
Right.
Crazy. U.S. Open was yesterday, so was the U of I Open. Kid named Josh Anderson won.
Oh, good.
With a 137. Second place, David Keenan, who's always near the top, and Zach Thorson was third. Not bad at U of I Open. And Mike Wallner's, of course, at Orange and Blue.
Nice. Thanks for that local update, too. Boy, the bats were kicking as St. Louis Cardinals beat the Kansas City Royals 12-10. Let's get more details.
The Redbird Recap is sponsored by Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair. Heal your home with Helitech.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney, and a good old-fashioned American League game broke out yesterday. A combined 22 runs on 28 hits, 17 left on. The Cardinals outlasted the Royals. In the end, it was 12-10 Redbirds.
Hitting was really good in the entire Kansas City series. They got a season-high 12 runs, a season-high 16 hits, but it still came down to the final out. Riley O'Brien struggled in the ninth, gave up a couple runs, but was able to close it out.
The Royals had pressure on the Cardinal pitching staff Thursday, Friday, and Sunday.
Really a great series by Caglione, their first baseman, who had 4 home runs in the series. Very dangerous, and they had a lot of good at-bats, including, of course, their all-star catcher, Perez.
Stephen Kolek gave up 9 earned runs. It was Dustin May giving up 6. The starters weren't around long. Gordon Graceffo picked up the victory over Stephen Kolek, and the Cardinals are back home to play against Arizona tonight. We're on the air at 5:50.
Is your home showing symptoms of foundation issues? Your home's wet basement, dingy crawl space, musty smells, cracked walls, or unlevel concrete shouldn't be ignored. Helitech can help. Life happens in your home. You and your family deserve the best. Helitech offers proven solutions in waterproofing, drainage, concrete leveling, and foundation repair services. Contact us for a free inspection at helitechonline.com.
When the water's high, we'll keep your basement dry. Heal your home with Helitech.
Well, the Cubs game was postponed and it will be played against Toronto on August 6th, but they'll face New York's Mets today in New York with a 6-10 start over on US 105.9. Detroit over the Chicago White Sox 5-4. Now the Chicago White Sox have Cleveland's Guardians at 6. Wanted to mention women's basketball could see the highest preseason ranking since 1999.
Oh.
They started out at 12. ESPN ranking Illinois at 16. CBS has them at number 24. Coach Shauna Green says the key is staying healthy with these returning players.
Well, they're brought to you this morning by Busey. For over 158 years, it's been Busey. Member FDIC. Here's Greg.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and vicinity as expected. A soaker on Father's Day. Hopefully you kept the advice of the weather guy and did plans B and C. Roughly about an inch, give or take, across a wide and expansive area, and some severe weather none too far to the south and southwest of us. But a quiet day's worth of weather ahead today. Partly cloudy skies by afternoon. We'll get it to clear off for this morning, and maybe a sprinkle off east of Champaign County early on today with a high about 73 with a gusty north wind. Tonight mostly clear, cool, low down to 52. Pleasant weather pattern continues on tomorrow. Big cool for the season. Sunshine in 77. Fair in 54 for tomorrow night. Next weather system back in. Expecting shower and thunderstorm possibilities late morning and afternoon on Wednesday. Increasing clouds up near 80. 81 with a partly cloudy Thursday. Chances for rain are back into Friday and Saturday. High temperatures through the weekend climbing into the lower and middle 80s. And there's some humidity due in by early next week. Highs close to about 90. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
At Busey Wealth Management, we're proud to partner with individuals, families, and foundations, ensuring possibilities become achievements. From preserving and enhancing your assets to securing your legacy for future generations, we're focused on your success. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini, member FDIC.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Economist Alan Greenspan has died. He served 5 terms as chair of the Federal Reserve. He was 100. His wife of 29 years, Andrea Mitchell, released a statement saying Greenspan passed away at their home from complications of Parkinson's disease. Crude oil prices have moderated since the interim U.S.-Iran peace deal, though Reuters says lower fuel costs are not likely to result in airfares coming down. U.S. airlines raised ticket prices and bag fees and cut schedules to make up for the jump in fuel costs, but the steps only offset part of the increased costs. The FDA has agreed to reverse its rejection of a treatment for a rare and fatal brain disease. REGENXBIO developed the experimental gene therapy. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda. Invested in you.
I'm alpine skier Michaela Schifrin. I've won the most World Cup ski races in history. But what does success mean to me? Success means discipline. It's teamwork. It's the drive and passion inside of us, and it's why Stifel is one of the fastest growing global wealth management firms in the country. If you're looking for success, surround yourself with the people who will get you there. If you're an advisor or investor, choose Stifel, where success meets success.
Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated. Member SIPC and NYSE.
Past performance is no indication of future results. Investing involves risk. Consult a financial advisor before making any investment decisions.
We have Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group with eXp Realty with us. And Nate, the biggest shifts you're seeing in real estate so far this year are...
Diane, these are great questions. We've been getting these lately. 2026 is not 2025. I think we're walking into a market that a lot of agents haven't ever navigated before. We've had to pivot and start giving different advice to our sellers and even our buyers. But the market is quickly changing. It's softened up a little bit, and it's doing it fast. So I think if we're not predicting what's going to be happening in a few months from now, we're probably not delivering on what the consumer's really needing. If we're pricing and acting in yesterday's market, we're way behind already, and it's going to end up costing the consumer a lot of money.
Well, I know if people want to explore their options with you and your team and eXp Realty, you really can get the process going as you visit the website, nateevansgroup.com, and start packing.
Fighting Illini football family flex plans are on sale now. Get 3 games bundled under one plan, including home opponents UAB or SIU, Oregon, and Nebraska or Iowa. After selling out season tickets 2 years in a row and the most wins in back-to-back seasons, the Illini are gearing up for an even bigger 2026. Lock in your tickets to the biggest games of the year under one affordable bundle, the Family Flex Plan, at fightingillini.com.
Yep, that's a good deal. Flex plan. Brett Bielema starts his 6th season with Illinois. Fighting Illini basketball getting together for summer workouts.
Yes, they are. And actually, on the football side, I was seeing a kicker, Ulysses Marsalis from Oak Forest, Illinois, for the class of 27, is the latest recruit that I'm hearing about. There's so many. So many players. And all
I'm not sure who gets in the weeds that deep. I think it's sports. I think it's news
for sure.
But Joe who?
With the name Ulysses.
Well, then
like Ulysses S. Grant.
Maybe our 18th president.
There you go.
I don't know. I think Ulysses S. Grant. I could have posted up. He was short. Could have taken him
What's
to the
the
hoop.
nickname on Ulysses?
U.S. U.S. Grant. Ulysses S. Grant,
Okay.
U.S. Grant.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think many were spelling Ulysses with success. I couldn't do it today. All right, so 7:24. We do have a Steve Ertz from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Nice. So if you need, man, my dishwasher still cleans like heck.
I know it does.
I can put it in dried anything, and if I, do it. I think there's a thing with Cascade pods aging out.
Huh.
I think you can get an old pod, it just doesn't break down. It's hard as rock.
I see.
So you get to the bottom of your little box of Cascade. Look that up. Say, can Cascade pods age out?
Okay.
I'm wondering because some of my pods don't break up. I just think the bottom of the box is old. And doesn't have a used by date on Cascade pods.
Okay, it's thinking
very
about
First
it,
Nation problem. Anyway, the dishwashers.
Manufacturers suggest 12 to 15 months for optimal
But
results.
I
They
don't-
can last up to 2 years.
I don't know the date on the box. How long has it been in the warehouse?
They don't spoil like food, but active ingredients
Okay, then.
degrade over time.
They should have, used by 2026 or something, because I don't know how long it's been on the Costco shelf. Anyway, that's a real issue. I need a 60 minutes piece on that. You know what I always thought would be a real... You remember back when we used to buy film? You go to Kodak or Fuji and you buy 24 pictures.
Yes.
You put them in your camera. Who's to say there's not 22 on the roll? Nobody would ever remember.
Yeah.
So you could always skim two. I thought would be really interesting.
I always wanted the stuff developed like right now.
Well, but I
And
mean,
you had to wait.
I found an underwater camera. I have no idea what's on it. I need to go get that developed.
That's right. And where do you do that
Well,
now?
Walgreens.
Okay. You can just drop your
Yeah.
film off.
I think they still do film. I don't know.
Either.
Who does
These
film?
days you just put your
They used to have things called dark rooms where you went in and you looked at your Larry Canver dark room.
Heck yeah.
You had all kinds of photographs hanging up drying. Good gosh.
Just to think how
Just
far
in
we've
our
come.
lifetime, people.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so the Stever offer is $500 when you spend $1,000 at Dick Van Dyke. So if you need a refrigerator or stove or oven or microwave or dishwasher, dryer, washer, dryer, whatever it might be, I got a $500 bill, and there's nowhere in the world you'll get this except right here on this radio show.
And you're shopping right away inside the next 7 days at 1510 North Neal Street, right off I-74 to make your choice.
Yep.
Appliance-world.com in case you'd like to
Go
explore
poke
your
around.
options.
Yeah, but anyway, if you are interested in Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, you can text it in to DVD, Dick Van Dyke, 217-359-2255, but $1,200 dishwasher becomes $700. So that's a really good deal, and many of you have taken advantage of this.
Plus, they're getting in their 4th of July savings event zone, I'm seeing, as I explore all the different options and things like that. That's on their website. But when it comes to laundry or refrigeration, or like we were mentioning, some of the washing options, or dishwasher, or laundry, and cooking and commercial appliances, I mean, it's all listed right here, and you can poke around.
And you can go in and say, this is the number I got at the big box store. Can you beat it? And they generally will do it. So it's 217-359-2255, the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line. Now, with all the hype about football, basketball, particularly basketball, again, may I not be a spoil sport, but it's generally hard when the expectations are Final Four or bust. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't say that. You have to get all kinds of breaks to advance in the NCAA tournament. To win 4 games is very special. It doesn't happen very often. But this team's going to be very good. We're going to be a preseason top 5. We're number 1 in the preseason athletic. But that's not AP. That's not USA Today. It's not all these other ones. But we're going to be in the top 5. I mean, Duke's going to be real good again. Florida's going to be really good again. Illinois is going to be right there. I mean, we've got some really experienced team, but they got to stay healthy. They can't get sick. I mean, all those things. Generally speaking, I kind of like a little under radar, but I don't think that's going to happen this time. It's just go get them. And it's going to be really, really fun to watch these guys develop. I mean, how good is David Mirkovic going to be this week? I heard a comparison to Luka Doncic. What's that? Luka? David?
I like that.
Well, anyway, and then...
Well, and Keaton Wagler, of course, going to be in the NBA draft, and, bulking up, eating. These are all suggestions that were coming in from the various coaching staff. You want him to be bigger stock, I guess, for the NBA draft.
Well, listen, it's exciting night. I just imagine you're Keaton Wagler tomorrow and today. I mean, first of all, what do you wear? Right? All the eyes are going to be on you.
Probably have a stylist on that level, huh?
Well, he's got his own cool-looking hair.
I know that.
I mean, he's got that unbelievable hair, and you'll see this Quentin Coleman come in.
Yeah.
It's eerie.
Similar hairdo.
Eerie. They look the same.
I guess I shouldn't say hairdo. It's more of a hairstyle or something.
Whatever. It's that look. So Keaton and a very grounded parent. Mom and dad seem extraordinarily grounded. Parents have been anytime you have a kid like Keaton Wagler, look at the house. Because this guy is level. He's wanted to figure out how to make a living shooting baskets, and by gosh, he's going to do it. Amazing. Anyway, well, I'm going to watch. He's going to be early. Whenever it starts, I don't know, first pick, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever it is in ESPN. You want to watch it. He's going to go fast. He'll be in the first 20 minutes. I think they get 5 minutes.
That's right.
And he's going to go 5, 6, 7, 8. I've seen a bunch of different teams. I think if he goes to Dallas and gets with Cooper Flagg, it'd be kind of interesting and kind of the same style of ball.
That's right.
But it's the NBA. It's guaranteed, I don't know, $35 million? $35 million?
Crazy.
What numbers you picking in the lottery? Doesn't matter. I got mine.
Exactly.
I picked Keaton Wagler. 7:30. Be right back. ESPN 93.5.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Peace talks in Lucerne, Switzerland are moving along with Vice President J.D. Vance saying Iran agrees to allow nuclear inspectors back into their nation to check out and make sure they aren't building weapons. And the VP admits,
honestly, there is still a lot to do as we continue to make progress on the nuclear talks, on the economic talks, as we continue to demine the straits and ensure that that flow of traffic continues to pick back up.
On a different front,
the Iranians also acknowledged major progress in the talks, adding that a deconfliction cell for Lebanon will be the first real test of the understanding. Israel and Hezbollah did not trade fire on Sunday for the first time since March 2nd.
That's Fox's Trey Yinks in Tel Aviv. He was the leader of the Federal Reserve for almost 20 years. Alan Greenspan dead at the age of 100. That from his wife, journalist Andrea Mitchell, who says it was from complications of Parkinson's disease. America's listening to Fox News.
Looking for a great place to relax, grab a bite, and have some fun? Head to the Ambroise Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. This well-furnished hometown tavern has something for everyone. Enjoy great food, a full bar, and a welcoming family-friendly atmosphere. Step outside to the outdoor patio, challenge your friends on the golf simulator, or check out the full game room. Whether you're stopping in with the kids for dinner or meeting friends for a drink and some gaming machines, Ambroise Sports Bar and Grill is the place to be. Ambroise Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. Good food, good fun, and good times waiting for you.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance.
Getting new siding and windows is a part of good home maintenance, and it's also a way to improve your home's value and curb appeal. Kramer offers preservation siding and windows in lots of styles and colors. Shutters and trim will complete the look, and our online design tool will help you try before you buy. So start today and save 25%.
Call 217-355-2720, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
What is most important to you in your life? This is Eric Bolin with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
Craving something delicious and a place to kick back? Hit the road to Roadrunner Station in Camargo. They're serving up handmade wood-fired pizzas that are bursting with flavor in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere. Bring the whole crew, enjoy the bar, check out the gaming room, and make a night of it. And you've got to try their specialty pizzas, like the fully loaded Everything But the Tractor, or the sweet and savory Hawaiian Hitchhiker. Great pizza, great vibes, and great times at Roadrunner Station in Camargo.
Here's a look at local news. University of Illinois reports strong attendance at its weekend summer programs, including youth STEM workshops and early start academic sessions. Staff say enrollment is higher than last year, driven by expanded course offerings and new hands-on activities. University officials spent the weekend preparing additional classroom space. Champaign County Sheriff's Office says weekend staffing at the county jail will remain stable despite ongoing recruitment challenges. Recent hiring efforts have reduced overtime and improved shift coverage. The department is continuing outreach and training programs to attract new applicants. Champaign Public Library saw a strong turnout for its weekend community workshops, including digital skills training and small business support sessions. Staff say attendance has grown steadily as more residents seek career and technology resources. Additional workshops scheduled throughout the summer, and the library plans to expand offerings based on community feedback. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim Miller. Our weather brought to you this morning by Kurt Lenschout, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there. And by Watts Copy Systems. If you need a free evaluation, you can call locally owned Watts Copy Systems 217-352-0428. Here's our meteorologist, Greg Sawyer.
Look at everyone. The check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana vicinity. Still a moderately active weather pattern going forth here into the early days of official summertime, and there's summer heat and humidity in the forecast. Still about a 5 to 7 day window out from current thinking. In any event, a sprinkle around this morning. Cloudiness will give way to increased sunshine and a partly cloudy afternoon. 73 on the cool side for the time of year. Gusty north wind down to 52 for tonight with a mostly clear sky. Gentle north wind will settle in by mid to late evening. Tomorrow sunny and pleasant and 77. Back down into the 50s tomorrow night. And a shower thunderstorm chances back in late morning and more so for the afternoon on Wednesday. Increasing clouds, highs approaching 80. Partly cloudy at 81 on Thursday. A couple of widely scattered showers, thunderstorms Friday and Saturday. High temperatures from about 70 on Friday. Lower 80s on Saturday. Middle 80s and a lingering shower thunderstorm chance in the morning on Sunday. Then hot and humid weather getting going into early next week. Partly cloudy skies. Monday highs approaching 90 degrees. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Hi, this is Michelle Lake with the Philo Exchange Bank. At Philo Exchange Bank, we believe that banking should feel personal. Whether you bank online or stop in to see our friendly team, we are here to support your financial goals every step of the way. Visit us at any one of our locations in Philo, St. Joseph, Allerton, Broadlands, or at our newest branch in Tolono, opening this spring.
Philo Exchange Bank, hometown community banking since 1883. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, it's been, I guess, 6 years ago when Brett Bielema was hired. How about that? Year 6 for Brett Bielema, our Illinois football coach.
We've got some breaking news this morning on the coaching front in the Big Ten.
Rob, Illinois has made things a lot more interesting in the Big Ten West.
Three-time Big Ten champion coach while leading the Badgers is the new head coach at Illinois.
It's another big splash hire. This is what Josh Whitman does.
So I think it's going to be a great fit.
You're talking about somebody that checked every box that AD Josh Whitman wanted. But he's bringing identity. He's going to bring smash mouth football.
I think he'll build a physical, similar type of mindset at Illinois.
And he brings an aggressive defense that has worked at the Big Ten level.
I think you're getting a coach that understands where he wants to be at this moment in time and really believes that he can build this Illinois program.
They're not as far away as people think.
For the people of Illinois that are from Illinois or have ties to Illinois, just know that we're going to represent everyone in the right way, and we're going to build this thing for success that's sustained for a long, long time. Both on the field and off it.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a run. Brett Bielema has brought us from what we were to where we are. And you know what? There's hope there. I know that this season there's a lot of unknowns. We have a brand new defensive coordinator that is in charge. I don't see Brett Bielema being in charge of anything defensively anymore. I think he was involved heavily in the last several years because he needed to be.
Yeah.
But this is attack, and I'm all into more aggressive.
That's right.
It's just, do we have the athletes to fill the spots to make it necessary to be great? We're going to get burned. I mean, it's just inevitable. There's going to be, what happened? Nobody's guarding it. That's just how it works.
Mm-hmm.
When you're aggressive and you can recover, it's just going to take it's going to be a learning curve, but maybe we can outscore people. But there again, we got a new quarterback.
Yeah.
Luke Altmaier will not be my quarterback. And so, okay. Go Illini.
I feel like we should know that quarterback's name. I'm just looking it up real quick.
He's a Tommy DeVito. He gets 1 year, and he's a 4-year starter. Caton Hauser.
That's right. Transferred from East Carolina and formerly Michigan State to take over the reins from Luke Altmaier, it says.
Yeah, and what Jeremy Warner said in that piece is that's what Josh Whitman does. He makes a splash hire.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we weak? The hires on our campus have been pretty extraordinary. Really have. And you know what? He's got a list in his pocket. Not in his pocket. He's got a list for everybody. If something happens to that coach or there's change, he knows who's going to be 1, 2, 3.
Right.
That's what the ADs, the good ADs, know how to
Katie
prepare.
Holton is the new soccer coach.
I met her. She's kind of my neighbor, and met her for the first time. And she had a splash coming out of her first year.
Okay.
And I, of course, name dropped. Couldn't help it. I said I was actually honorary coach for Jill Ellis.
Oh.
And, Jill's kind of a big splash now.
Uh-huh.
I think it was probably because I was there that night when we beat Minnesota. I talked to the team. It was the first time they've ever been ranked. I think Jill got inspired by my talk.
Yes. Way to do the motivational chat.
90 seconds of pure gold. And what's so ironic about Jill Ellis, who went on to lead the USA gold medal?
Team, yeah.
They beat Japan in Vancouver. We were in Vancouver getting on a trip to Alaska. And the bus was there, people lined up. We couldn't stay. Jill!
I mean,
you remember me, Jill?
At least give her an ILL to see if she INIs it, right?
Ship was leaving,
Okay.
so we couldn't risk that. Anyway, no, that's the soccer program. I think's got an up arrow right now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's
and
all,
Jenna Hall hired on as the new softball.
Yeah, she's a former home run hitter for Illinois 20 years ago,
Big
right?
time.
By the way, I was mentioning film. Larry Canford, the greatest photographer in the world, just texted me.
Oh, he did.
He said, no film since when? When was the last time Larry Canford developed any kind of film?
Probably 5 years ago.
George W. Bush.
I see.
2003 is the last time he went into what's called a dark room. It just always looked funny to see stuff hanging like laundry on a wire.
To develop.
Yeah.
Man, that seems so long ago.
I don't know who Maxine...
I just figured, it's kind of an authentic kind of way to get that perfect shot that he always takes.
Yeah, but I think you can do digital, adjust all that.
Of course.
I think I can make a major motion picture on my iPhone now. I mean, it's just like, what? Remember Clover something? It was a movie where somebody had a home video camera that shook.
Right.
Oh, that's so cutting edge. And you're going, I'm getting a headache here.
That Blair Witch Project or
Some was
whatever,
just
that
weird.
was
Yeah,
on a home video. And
I think the positive...
I almost get sick watching it. It's so jumpy.
No, it's too jumpy for me. The good news for moviegoers is that Toy Story whatever...
Yeah, Toy Story 5.
160 million?
Like domestic. I feel like it was almost twice that worldwide.
But isn't that kind of like bringing back Maverick? I mean, it's like Toy Story.
It's classic.
Tom Hanks.
Uh-huh.
And Joan Cusack, who came out of retirement.
Right.
To be the whatever cowgirl that is.
Right.
It's been a long time.
I think there's all those. It doesn't... I'm sure it helps that Taylor Swift has a song in the movie. So there's
does not hurt you. That's right. Yeah. Michael Jackson has the same thing.
Exactly.
Michael, I've seen some video clips of Michael.
I haven't seen it yet.
I've seen some clips over maybe my whatever they call it, algorithms.
Yeah.
I think once you click on something,
I know
you get more of them. But I don't know. Michael Jackson was certainly a different human, but man, I mean, his talent. And Brooke Shields once said, it's like he's not of this world. The guy was just off the charts and, interesting upbringing, Jackson 5 and all that. And then he went solo. But the impact that he had on music. And that's where you guys went for your honeymoon, to see Michael Jackson perform.
We did. What a show.
Unfortunately, it was September 10th of 2001.
Yes. So the next day was 9/11 when we were supposed to be flying out. But it was a tribute to his Motown career. So many Motown groups on stage.
Man, it's crazy.
Just
long
so many
concert, wasn't it really long?
Oh, yeah. And Janet Jackson. I mean, so many of the Jacksons. And the Jackson 5 to see them performing and reuniting.
Did Michael join that?
Of course.
That's pretty cool.
I know, to be dancing and singing ABC with his brothers and all of that.
Okay, I don't know who Maxine Hegeman is, but she's from Wyoming. That's where our new defensive coordinator's from, Wyoming.
Okay.
But this is the kind of sense they're talking up there. Representative Congresswoman Maxine Hegeman.
That all you need to do to determine sex is a cheek swab. If you're an XX or an XY, you're either a boy or you're a girl. It's that simple. This isn't complicated. It's not like we haven't known what women and men were for not just a matter of years, but decades and centuries and thousands of years before that. The fact that we're having this conversation and this debate just absolutely epitomizes the left's ongoing effort to rewrite the English language in order to change the debate and destroy civil order. Cisgender is a made-up word. Cisgender that means nothing. Do not call me cisgender. I am a woman. This gentleman sitting next to me, he is a man. That's who he is. That is what our title is. That is what we have been described throughout history. This bill does nothing to prohibit men from competing in men's sports. I will repeat, this bill does nothing to prohibit men from competing in men's sports. It does prohibit men from competing in women's sports. It is that simple. All we have to do is look at what happened during the Paris Olympics, where we watched a dude beat the hell out of a woman.
Remember that? This woman, quote woman, pounded this other she just said, I can't do this. She could have died.
In a boxing match, and we have people on the other side of the aisle who actually believe that that is okay. That man is not a woman. He has been tested repeatedly. That is a man, and he will not be allowed to compete against women in the future because he is a man. We do not want men beating up women. We do not want men in women's soccer or volleyball or basketball or rugby or swimming or any other athletic competition. This isn't difficult. All you need to do for any kind of determination for sex is a cheek swab. The fact that you guys are talking about doing these inspections of people and the fact that the Boxing Association used to do that, that's sick.
You know, that's Maxine Hegeman. I never heard of her till this morning. But speaking common sense, can you imagine 20 years ago we were talking about men playing in women's sports and thinking that's fair? There's a difference between men and women. And I'm radical for saying that? That's ridiculous. You're radical for thinking it. It's not fair. Imagine an NBA player playing in the WNBA. Would we just accept that? Now listen, I'm all for transgender sports, but that have transgenders together.
Right.
That's okay with me.
Okay.
I think you have races where it's the transgender heat. They go there and do that. That's fine. But you can't race against Jessica, who's been running cross country for 5 years, and she's 15. And here comes a guy who's a biological man, and guess what? He's faster. He's taller, stronger. That's just the difference in men and women. Well, why is that? Those are the things that just drive you crazy. I don't get it. It's not like you can choose what you are. You can't do that. You can think you are or whatever, I guess, and it's your life. But when you impede on the Title IX of 50, 60 years, we've been working on women's sports, developing, giving women an opportunity to get scholarships, go to college. You can't do that. It isn't the right thing to do. So Maxine put it in words this morning. You're always welcome at 217-359-2255. Those are the things that, when I say wokeism is a virus, it's a virus. And you simply got to put your foot down at some point. There's a tipping point for all of us. And men and women's locker rooms are a tipping point for me. It's just not the thing you ought to be doing. He's got male genitalia. You don't go there. You got a bathroom over here. I don't identify as that. Well, you can't be a biological man and be in a woman's. That's the red line for me.
Okay.
All that and some of the other ridiculous things that are coming out of the woke virus, turning us into socialism. By the way, the state of Washington hurting. 55% of those surveyed said they're leaving the state. That's when the new Katie Wilson, the mayor of Seattle, said bye-bye. She's lived in her parents' basement for however, she's 40-something years old, never worked in government. And she became mayor of Seattle. And she got in front of Starbucks and said, don't use Starbucks. Boycott Starbucks. The mayor of Seattle.
That's the birthplace of Starbucks.
Yeah, that's the most iconic out of Seattle.
Right over there by Pikes Market. I've been there a few times.
Well, you should have been there when she said boycott Starbucks. So,
oh boy,
that's what you're getting. You're getting these socialist, democratic socialists, the Bernie Sanders disciples, and it just does not work. Socialism does not work. It feels good to hear that the government's going to take care of you, but what if you, in your free spirit, want to do something that the government won't let you? How will that feel? I don't think very well. It's kind of in our DNA. We're going to do what we want. And as long as you don't harm people, you can stand in the corner and scream your lungs out with signs and anything else you want to protest. That's fine. But when it gets violent and in your face, and you want the government to really I don't think you want that. I promise you, it won't work out like they think, because it never has. If you look at the history of socialism and the countries that have failed with it and what happens to the disappearing people, where do you think they go? They die.
About a half an hour ago, we got a text, and it talks about you can't trust Israel either, as proven in the past 60 days. Let them fight. It's none of our business, even though they are an ally. When we disagree with our president's request in making peace and let them go on their own, it's really none of our business.
I think Israel is remarkably efficient and very, very great in military, but I don't think Israel would make it without the United States of America. If you let Israel go against the world, it won't work. There's too many people that are against Israel. We're the ones that keep them from absolutely having more problems than they've ever had. But aren't they in more of a survival mode? Isn't the state of Israel and Jewish people feeling, I hope I survive this? There's only 16 million Jews left in the world. They went through the Holocaust, and the people deny the Holocaust, by the way. Didn't happen. What are you talking about? I got film.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those very important roles. We played a huge role in Israel and the preservation of Israel, and that just needs to continue. Now, can Israel step up? Do they want to go and do ground thing? I don't know, but America doesn't. We don't want to go in and change regimes that's going to be on the ground and be very bloody, and you're going to have people blowing themselves up for many, many years to come. Probably already will. It's very difficult to deal with a doctrine that says you die or else. I'll blow you up with my own body. Well, good things are going to happen if I do that to you. What the heck kind of, that's not, no. So we've got all kinds of, and there's no reason to believe anything is going to really happen if Iran says it's going to happen if it's the same regime. Now, maybe it's more moderate. Maybe, I doubt it. But you can, I guess, hope and pray for moderation where they can at least accept that you have a right to exist. Imagine that. I heard that for the first time in 2008. What do you mean they don't have a right to exist? Who made you God?
Right.
It's ridiculous. That's what we got. 752-217-359-2255. Back in a moment.
Looking for a warm, welcoming place to relax in Tuscola? Stop by Hometown Grounds, where great coffee and great company come together. They're proudly serving Mad Goat coffee, so you can enjoy a rich, delicious cup while catching up with friends. And if you've got kids, no problem. There's a special play area where they can have fun and you sit back and relax. Hometown Grounds is a gathering place for the whole community and perfect for meetings. Come see what everyone's talking about in Tuscola. Visit hometowngroundscoffee.com and plan your visit today.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Former Illini Terrence Shannon Jr. of the Minnesota Timberwolves about Ben Quattrone from Sarah Champagne. What kind of friend has he been?
Unbelievable. Ever since I came to this dealership, me and Ben had interactions. He's been a great person this whole time. It still is. I always would recommend him to anybody about a car or anything. He's always going to be there for you no matter what. He always be behind you. He's just a great person.
Visit sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com. Yeah, in football, I expect a bowl game, but nothing more. A bowl. There's too many unknowns. Give me to a 6. Give me to a 7. I'm going to be. That's my goal.
Okay.
Basketball. It's what it is. It's like we're going to be great, man. Nobody's going to beat us. We're going to play some really hard teams.
We have those expectations now.
Expectations.
The bar has been risen.
It has indeed, and people will be disappointed if we lose in the round of 8. I'm wanting to win the first one. NCAA's hard. You got to have good matchups, play well. Yeah, remember we lost to Wisconsin in the Big Ten tournament on Friday.
Yes.
And that wasn't a good feeling.
Right.
But wouldn't you lose every first game of the Big Ten tournament if you went on to the Final Four?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because right now
the bigger picture was NCAA tournament.
No, that was, and that's when you make a run, guess what? That's all we remember.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got a schedule that isn't going to quit. He's going to play 4 or 5 top teams. and you might lose a game. So everybody's just okay. Go back in your homes. I'm afraid of high expectations because we're not used to having them.
I know.
So it's always like, oh, we're not going to make it. But the high expectations are real. If we stay healthy, we could be outstanding because we're going to get better. The guys got better. They're getting better right now. The season, 5 months is a long time for these kids like David and Ivisic boys and Andrei Stojakovic knows exactly.
Jake Davis is back.
Jake Davis. Andrei Stojakovic knows exactly what he needs to do to make the money.
Right.
So he talked to all the executives why it wouldn't be drafted in the first round this time.
Right, since he's gone through those NBA workouts and everything to kind of explore that option of being part of the draft and then decided to just come on back.
But somewhere at about December, Brad Underwood and Tyler Underwood and the whole staff decided that Keaton Waugler was going to be the man. We weren't sure he was going to play. And then he became the man. Mm-hmm. And then he delivered.
Yes.
That's stunning.
That remarkable 46-point game at Purdue in January of this year. Wow.
Weather brought to you by Carl.
Cross your child's early physical exam off your back-to-school list right here at the end of June. You can schedule your appointment at a convenient location at carl.org.
All right, 7:56. Here's Greg.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity as expected. A soaker on Father's Day. Hopefully you kept the advice of the weather guy and did plans B and C. Roughly about an inch, give or take, across a wide and expansive area, and some severe weather none too far to the south and southwest of us. But a quiet day's worth of weather ahead today. Partly cloudy skies by afternoon. We'll get it to clear off for this morning. It may be a sprinkle off east of Champaign County early on today with a high of about 73 with a gusty north wind. Tonight mostly clear, cool, low down at 52. Pleasant weather pattern continues on tomorrow. Big cool for the season. Sunshine in 77. Fair in 54 for tomorrow night. Next weather system back in. Expecting shower and thunderstorm possibilities late morning and afternoon on Wednesday. Increasing clouds up near 80. 81 with a partly cloudy Thursday. Chances for rain are back into Friday and Saturday. High temperatures through the weekend climbing into the lower and middle 80s. And there's some humidity due in by early next week. Highs close to about 90. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
I love our morning routine until the water turns cold.
Maybe the water heater's not a morning person. Upgrade your mornings with a tankless water heater from Land's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Enjoy hot water when you need it, not just when your tank allows it. Renai tankless systems are energy smart, space-saving, and designed for real life. Call Land's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling and make cold showers a thing of the past.
I'm Troy Lands, and you count on my company because you can count on me.
Hi, Mom. Just getting ready to board the plane. No, I'm out of Bloomington, Central Illinois Regional Airport. It's convenient, in and out, short lines, free parking. They fly Allegiant direct to Florida. No, I stopped at their Jetstream Cafe and Bar, got a fresh made smoothie and a burger, but the sandwiches and pizza looked really good. I'm set. I know, Mom. See you shortly. Can't wait to see you too.
Book low-fare Florida vacations on Allegiant at Sierra.com and give Mom a hug for me. Sierra.
Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group's Diana Foltz, recipient of Champaign County's Realtor of the Year.
When I see Coldwell Banker, can I expect that from agents? Is that a you philosophy or is that a company philosophy?
We have a great culture in our office. Our culture is one of serving. So I think you'll find that with most of our agents, but it really is a highlight for us to be able to serve our clients well, because we don't want to just sell one house or help them buy one house and never do another deal with them or never talk to them again. We want to be involved in their lives.
Why do you like what you do?
I really enjoy helping either a buyer or seller to get to the next chapter. And they're relying on Reggie and I to help them achieve their next goal.
You're their realtor.
We're their realtor. It's Taylor Foltz team, Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group. You can find me on the internet at dianafoltz.com. Cell phone number is 217-840-4133. And my email is diana@dianafoltz.com.
Alrighty. We have a Stever, the program where I, Stevie J, give you some money to spend at a great business. Today at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, I'm handing out a $500 bill to somebody. You have to spend at least $1,000, but what doesn't cost $1,000 anymore? So
right.
This gets $500 off if interested. We'll take one winner today. 217-359-2255 is the number to text in DVD, and you'll be contacted if you're the winner later today. So, heck of a deal if you need something. I think you know you do.
Yeah.
Just got to call the spouse and confirm that's what you want to do.
Yep. Make sure you're good to go.
You got to make a move on this and go in the next 7 days. So it's not one of those we'll get it in November. No, I got to do it now. So that's what you got. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. It's on Neal Street before you get to the mall in Champaign. Okay, we're going to break for the news. Come right back. 217-359-2255. DVD for the Stever offer or anything else that you've heard that you want to comment on, you're welcome. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
I am Stevie J. It is Monday, June 22nd at 8 o'clock. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
There was a lot of good progress. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what Vice President Vance says after leading the U.S. in talks with Iran over the weekend.
We laid a very good foundation for a successful final deal.
He says the talks included keeping the Strait of Hormuz open for shipping, and Iran agreed to let nuclear inspectors back in. The vice president calls that a first step to
permanently ending a nuclear weapons program in Iran.
The Iranians also acknowledged major progress in the talks, adding that a deconfliction cell for Lebanon will be the first real test of the understanding. Israel and Hezbollah did not trade fire on Sunday for the first time since March 2nd, according to the UN.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. Political upheaval this morning in Britain. Prime Minister Keir Starmer announcing,
I will resign as leader of the Labour Party.
And he'll step down when a new prime minister is chosen. President Trump's been critical of Starmer over immigration for Britain not helping the U.S. with Iran. The president also posted on Truth Social that he could make Chicago safe in 1 month. After weekend shootings left 8 people dead, more than 30 wounded. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche just told Fox,
what we're talking about here is stopping the violence, the weekend violence. And there you need to work hand in hand with local law enforcement. They want to work with us. Yeah. I guarantee it.
But Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, a Democrat, does not want federal intervention. The president also posted that work will get underway immediately to fix the Washington reflecting pool, claiming vandals seriously damaged it. U.S. Attorney for D.C. Janine Pirro tells Fox,
there are several citations that have been handed out to individuals, and these are cases that will be prosecuted to the full extent.
Not long after the president hired a contractor to paint the bottom of the pool dark blue, the pool's since turned green, filled with algae, and some of that paint's peeled, seen floating in the pool. Alan Greenspan has died, an influential economist who was Federal Reserve Chairman for nearly 20 years, from Presidents Reagan to George W. Bush. Greenspan was 100 years old, suffered from complications of Parkinson's disease. America's listening to Fox News.
Please be advised. You may want to stop eating the following foods immediately. Broccoli, kale, bean sprouts, blueberries, quinoa, spinach.
Wait, what? I thought those were good for me.
Turns out, not for everyone. Because what's healthy for one person can cause inflammation for another. And the only way to really know what your body needs is to listen to it.
Listen how?
That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to understand what's happening inside you right now. When your results come in, you'll learn exactly which foods to eat, which to avoid, and which supplements are right for you. All based on the world's largest RNA-based human biology database and thousands of clinical research studies. And many people who use Viome report more energy, better digestion, and a better mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing. Learn more at Viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase. Viome. Trust your gut.
There's still a chance of more flooding in some parts of the South after the first tropical storm of the Atlantic season, Arthur, had drenched parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Some areas got over a foot of rain. Out west, a much different problem, wildfires.
The Iron Fire, which is burning about 70 miles southwest of Salt Lake City, has brought on the evacuation of Eureka, as well as those at a nearby ranch. Utah Fire Info says firefighters conducted a successful backburn operation to protect the town of about 1,000 people. No homes had been lost. Officials with the Utah Division of Forestry, Fire, and State Lands say extreme heat and dry, windy conditions are fueling the fire, which was human-caused and is still under investigation. The Iron Fire is one of 6 burning across more than 33,000 acres. Another wildfire prompted evacuations over the weekend near Sedona, Arizona, burning about 300 acres. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are now rising before this week's trading begins this hour. Oil prices are down about 1%. At soccer's World Cup, Iran played to its second draw of the tournament at Los Angeles Stadium, where some Iranian Americans protested and booed the country's anthem. Iran tied Belgium 0-0. Cape Verde played to a 2-2 draw with Uruguay. Spain, Japan, and Egypt won other matches. In tennis, Serena Williams is back and ready to play Wimbledon 4 years after retiring.
The now 44-year-old started her comeback in June when she played in a professional doubles tournament, and she was already expected to play doubles at Wimbledon with her sister Venus, which kicked off speculation that she was also eyeing a return to singles, which has now obviously been confirmed. And Williams has the second most Grand Slam singles titles in women's tennis history, including 7 at Wimbledon, tied for the third most ever. And the All England Club was also the site of her most recent Grand Slam title, which came in 2016. Greg Thompson, Fox News.
Wyndham Clark won golf's U.S. Open in New York. He led the entire tournament, earning his second major victory. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
It's not your typical game day look. Sunday, June 28th at Busch Stadium, the Cardinals face the Miami Marlins, and fans can receive a soccer-style Cardinals jersey presented by Purina. Clean, sporty, and unmistakably Cardinals, it brings a fresh energy to the ballpark from first pitch on, and kids take home a vibrant Cardinals soccer ball to keep the action going long after the final out. 2 ways to play, one big Sunday. Get tickets at cardinals.com/promotions.
When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is right here in Champaign-Urbana to help you select the right protection at the right price. Kurt will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Just call him when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Here's a look at local news. Urbana City officials spent the weekend reviewing updates to a downtown safety plan aimed at improving late-night activity. Proposal includes expanded lighting, additional patrol coverage, and new camera placements in high-traffic areas. Council members say the goal is to support businesses while addressing concerns raised by area residents. Champaign police say they're investigating a shooting that sent a man to the hospital Saturday night on the city's north side. Victim arrived at the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, is cooperating with detectives. Police collected shell casings and reviewed nearby security footage. So far, no arrests have been made. Urbana police arresting a suspect Sunday morning in connection with a series of weekend business burglaries along Cunningham Avenue. Officers say surveillance footage helped identify the individual, who was taken into custody without incident. Several stolen items were recovered. Charges are pending by review of the Champaign County State's Attorney's Office. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
So we don't know exactly what happened to the reflecting pool on the mall in Washington, D.C., where Donald Trump had said, let's do this, make it clean for the 250th. And apparently they got it, and now something
Some of the
happened.
paint is peeled away.
Yeah.
There's algae concerns.
I read yesterday where they thought vandals did this, and now I'm not finding any stories on that. So maybe that was inconclusive, and they're trying to figure it out. But that thing was pristine. How could the paint roll off in a day?
Right.
I thought it got help, but and they put chemicals and apparently a knife is what I read yesterday, and cut the liner. They got to go replace that already. So I don't know. Vandals did it. That would be unbelievable. So we don't know, but I thought I read that on Fox. But we'll see. Not much out there this morning on the reflecting pool that had perfectly mirrored the Washington Monument. It's going to be crowded probably in the nation's capital. And 4th of July coming up, Greg, it looks like we might edge toward that 90 thing for the 4th or something.
Yeah, that's creeping up on us. So a little more typical, finally, early summertime weather coming our way with some heat and humidity. And that'll certainly be accentuated by the wet grounds, but kind of need to get some heat units on some of these corn and soybean fields, a little drier mode as well. So maybe we start that process briefly early next week.
Yeah, I see the corn just, I think, grows while I'm watching.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing was...
well, under the right circumstances,
Yeah.
but not when it's sitting in a puddle,
No.
ponding of water and all that. So.
I mean, if it's how long does it take to ruin that particular acre of field? I wonder.
I'm sure it depends on a number of things: tile lines, soil type, seed, the kind of corn you're growing, when you put it in, its root development, and that's another concern that, even where it's been even keel, it's been a wet, planting and springtime season. Sometimes those roots kind of set towards the top, and when they need to start digging down for subsoil moisture in some varieties, I would presume that's when you get a little more stress and strain going out there. And so it goes here. It's still a complex setup here going forward in the weeks to come.
All right, we check your weather this morning, brought to you by Sweet Petunia. That's an antiques, collectible, and so much more shop down in the Outlet Mall area in Tuscola. And also, while you're there, get a cup of coffee at Hometown Grounds, serving Mad Goat Coffee and a kids' play area. That's also in downtown Tuscola. If you are interested, it's lovely. Let's
I think
check
Tuscola, I heard, got like an inch and a half or something.
Yeah, I think as you went south, Effingham, Mattoon, Charleston. Boy, Charleston, I guess, got pounded the first time around last week.
Got, in that Springfield, I-70 corridor, Effingham. Points kind of east-northeast of Beam. Seems like I-70 is the magic line this year for these recurring severe weather outbreaks and tornado outbreaks as well.
Okay, sir. Meteorologist Greg Sollier with a peek at our week. It's Monday, June 22nd. Mr. Greg, what you seeing?
Well, a comfortable morning, all things considered. 59 over at Woodland Savoy, 61 at Danville. Still some sprinkles from about the Brickyard. Some light shower activities extends into northwest Ohio. Yeah, give or take about an inch and a half across the area. Half to an inch up towards the Kankakee. In some spots, though, around the Chicagoland area and northeast Illinois, picked up anywhere between an inch or two. And then you got up towards the Wisconsin line and northward, about a half to 3/4 of an inch. So some of those drier areas still to our north, getting well recharged. Way too much of a good thing over a wide area again of the central Corn Belt over the past couple of 2 or 3 days. But a little bit of a subtle pattern shift. The next weather system's not quite the strength, the magnitude of scale, but the general net effect will be not much a significant drying or firming going on. We'll begin to get into that here, but it may be a sudden climb on temperatures. And again, some of these fields don't like that. You go from the rain-cooled air to readings pushing the 90-degree mark. The roots try to catch up, if you will, and that's the story going forward into next week. But a cool high today of 73 with a partly sunny morning, more sun this afternoon. North wind will be gusty, clear, comfortably cool tonight, down to 52. Tomorrow, sunny and pleasant 77. We should be in the low to mid 80s this time of the year, by the way. Fair and in the 50s tomorrow night. Next weather system, couple of showers and thunderstorms late morning, but more so Wednesday afternoon. Increasing clouds, a high around 80. 81 on Thursday. We're dry there, then widely scattered late night, early morning, late afternoon, early evening outbreaks, partly sunny skies in between type stuff. Friday over the weekend, and we'll moderate temperatures around 80 on Friday, lower 80s Saturday, middle 80s on Sunday, more like it. We'll tickle 90 with more humidity. The start may be a little hot and humid weather at the beginning part of next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
All right, thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. All right, it is Monday. A little more on that. What happened to the reflecting pool at the mall in Washington, D.C. Maybe it was cut. There's a 250-foot
long gash into the beautiful facade. 14 police reports have been filed, according to this story that the BBC had put out about some of the vandalism going on.
Where's the coverage? I mean, is that not got the 250th coming up and somebody's trying to scuttle?
Right, 5 people arrested for vandalism. 5 more were issued citations by the police on Saturday night.
Not getting covered. I don't get it. If it was the other way around, Barack Obama would fix that. It'd be white supremacy. They scuttled. The Nazis are here. I mean, I don't know. Fascinating. Why wouldn't you cover that? Why wouldn't everybody be all over that? I guess
I don't know.
They'd have to admit that wasn't a good thing to do, maybe? I don't know. Whatever plans are out there in the world of I'm not part of, they can not love America, but I do, and I will. I, Stevie J, love this country and think it's the greatest, unbelievable human experiment ever in the history of man. And we've made it 250 years, but relative to China, relative to that, we're babies. I mean, they made it, 4,000?
Right.
I mean, so we got our wrestling matches going on, and I mean, Rome was invincible, right? They made it about 400 years. Mm-hmm. They had everything. They owned everything. They owned the world.
Yeah.
Great Britain, didn't they own the world?
And you think of all the advancements in that time of the roads and the infrastructure on the cities and just, the advancements of that culture and to to where we are today to build on these things.
I didn't know. Johnny said that Rome in the late days had gender confusion as well.
Oh, really?
I had not heard that. I had not learned that. I did not know. I need to do a little deeper dive into that, figure it out, because it's a collapsing of a society.
Well, when we come into America's 250, obviously we're just a few weeks out, and my hometown, Kelowna, with the fun days and all that, I get downhearted when I hear people say, this was a quote, the American brand has just soured with this administration.
They're just...
Wow.
I had the idea about 12 years ago to take over the major media. Republicans could pool the $25 billion, put journalists in charge, let them do the stories. Might be bad for the Republicans, might be bad for the Democrats, but you're not tipping the scale on your coverage. And that has hurt us. Because all you do is you hear about how we took the land from people. At the Obama Library, Valerie Jarrett said she recognized all the Indian tribes. Why would you recognize that if you don't give it back to them? What's the point of that? Jimmy Fallon did a stand-up on that. You just acknowledge everybody you stole the land from. What's the point unless you give it back? And then he said, I want to apologize to the Smith family. They used to own a motorcycle in their yard, but it's gone. Jimmy. Fella. All right, 8:15. It's always available on the text line for you.
Yes.
217-359-2255.
All right. Well, we had St. Louis Cardinals and the Kansas City Royals. This is a high-scoring game with the Cardinals on top 12-10. Man.
Yeah.
Mason Wynn got a 3-run homer. Let's hear more about it. Our Redbird recap.
Yeah.
We're home with Helitech.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney, and a good old-fashioned American League game broke out yesterday. A combined 22 runs on 28 hits, 17 left on. The Cardinals outlasted the Royals. In the end, it was 12-10 Redbirds.
Hitting was really good in the entire Kansas City series. They got a season-high 12 runs, a season-high 16 hits, but it still came down to the final out. Riley O'Brien struggled in the ninth, gave up a couple runs, but was able to close it out.
The Royals had pressure on the Cardinal pitching staff Thursday, Friday, and Sunday.
Really a great series by Caglione, their first baseman, who had 4 home runs in the series. Very dangerous, and they had a lot of good at-bats, including, of course, their all-star catcher, Perez.
Stephen Kolek gave up 9 earned runs. It was Dustin May giving up 6. The starters weren't around long. Gordon Graceffo picked up the victory over Stephen Kolek, and the Cardinals are back home to play against Arizona tonight. We're on the air at 5:50.
Is your...
Okay. So we had the Cubs in Toronto postponed because of the weather. And now we've got a series starting up at 6:10 today over on US 105.9. Detroit over the Chicago White Sox 5-4. They've got a series starting up against Cleveland starting at 6. When it comes to Illinois news, well, golf-wise, I know you mentioned Josh Anderson.
Yeah, he won U of I Open in Savoy.
Mm-hmm.
And David Keenan, who's always up there, got second. Zach Thorson, tremendous tournament.
Yes!
Zach or they're both Thorson boys.
Yes. Those are Unity Rocket guys.
Yeah,
right?
the Thorsons are both very good golfer. But I think it was Zach. Did I have that right? Zach,
That
I think, had a
sounds
couple of
right.
70s.
Okay.
Alex is his older brother, I believe. And Alex also was in the championship flight, so he played well.
And Wyndham Clark with the U.S.
Open
win.
Wyndham Clark, who a lot of people weren't really rooting for because he trashed the lockers when he didn't win a year ago.
He's got one of these.
Well, he had to go to
issues.
anger management for it. So,
he's 32.
He held on. He had a bunch of people waiting for him on the 18th when he won by one shot. He had a 6-shot lead and won by 1. Crazy.
Nice.
Wedding season full swing. Before you walk down the aisle, Busey wants you to make sure you've talked about money. Before you say I do, you should be discussing your financial history. 1 bank account or 2? Budgeting, bank accounts, your financial future. Make a short list, long-term list. Resolve outstanding credit and debt issues. At least everybody knows everything, right? Ideally, potential problems, you can resolve them now rather than later if you can.
Yeah.
You can also get a free credit report consultation from knowledgeable associates at Busey. When you're just starting out, Busey can provide an array of solutions tailored to your specific needs. No matter your stage in life, Busey is there along the way. You can go to Busey.com, stop by one of their many convenient locations for solutions to your personal business and wealth management needs. Busey since 1868. Illinois started U of I started in 1867. Member FDIC. Steve Roffer, we're giving out $500 at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World to one person today. 217-359-2255. Text in DVD or Dick Van Dyke to express your interest. You could win $500 off a $1,000 purchase at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. All right, we check your weather now. Our meteorologist, Mr. Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. The check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Still a moderately active weather pattern going forth here into the early days of official summertime, and there's summer heat and humidity in the forecast. Still about a 5 to 7 day window out from current thinking. In any event, a sprinkle around this morning. Cloudiness will give way to increased sunshine and a partly cloudy afternoon. 73 on the cool side for the time of year. Gusty north wind down to 52 for tonight with a mostly clear sky. Gentle north wind will settle in by mid to late evening. Tomorrow sunny and pleasant, 77. Back down into the 50s tomorrow night. And a shower thunderstorm chances back in late morning and more so for the afternoon on Wednesday. Increasing clouds, highs approaching 80. Partly cloudy at 81 on Thursday. A couple of widely scattered showers, thunderstorms Friday and Saturday. High temperatures from about 79 on Friday. Lower 80s on Saturday. Middle 80s and a lingering shower thunderstorm chance in the morning on Sunday. Then hot and humid weather getting going into early next week. Partly cloudy skies. Monday highs approaching 90 degrees. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
I'm Taylor Riggs, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Former Federal Reserve Chair Alan Greenspan has died. His wife, journalist Andrea Mitchell, says he died at their home from complications of Parkinson's disease. He described the run-up of the stock market in 1996 as irrational exuberance. The dot-com collapse happened in the year 2000. He served 5 terms as Fed chair after being appointed by President Ronald Reagan in 1987. Crude oil prices have moderated since the interim U.S.-Iran peace deal. Brent crude at $79 a barrel, West Texas Intermediate at $76. Capital Economics Deputy Chief Economist Ruth Gregory says so far markets have mostly shrugged off news that UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has resigned, which suggests Starmer's resignation was widely expected. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda. Invested in you.
I'm alpine skier Michaela Schifrin. I've won the most World Cup ski races in history. But what does success mean to me? Success means discipline. It's teamwork. It's the drive and passion inside of us, and it's why Stifel is one of the fastest growing global wealth management firms in the country. If you're looking for success, surround yourself with the people who will get you there. If you're an advisor or investor, choose Stifel, where success meets success.
Stifel Nicholas & Company Incorporated. Member SIPC and NYSE.
Past performance is no indication of future results. Investing involves risk. Consult a financial advisor before making any investment decisions.
Looking for bold flavor and a good time just down the road? Head to Smoke and Shine Moonshine Bar and Grill on Route 45 in Tolono, where the food is slow smoked and the fun comes easy. Sink your teeth into tender brisket, juicy pulled pork, mouth-watering wings, and smash burgers done right. And don't miss what locals call the best patty melt around. Pair it all with one of their 28 flavors of moonshine. Happy hours from 3 to 5 and catch live music every Saturday night. For more updates and their full menu, like Smoke and Shine on Facebook.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise. But Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
I don't know what Asian carp are, but apparently if you look it up, you're going to find a whole bunch on it. But apparently they're invasive. They can dominate a waterway. It is spread across America, where you have real issues with plankton. The fact that these Asian carps can, I think there's, I don't know how many varieties there are, but like 8. And depending on where you are and what you got, they eat the fish eggs of the fish we do want. Mm-hmm. And they dominate everything. And the problem is the female can lay 1 million eggs a year.
It talks about the damage of aquatic ecosystems. The silver carp famously leaping out of the water.
No, that's what happened last night. We were on our little 7-acre pond out there. It was, it's in neighborhoods. And that thing jumped. Apparently they can jump 10 feet.
Whoa.
This wasn't 10 feet, but it looked like an awfully big fish, and it had a little fin. So it kind of looked like a shark.
Right.
Ah!
That is the silver carp, it looks like, with the fin on top.
I thought it was a big head, but those things...
Big head grass and black carp are also imported in the 70s for aquaculture.
Supposed to clean it up. It was supposed to be bottom feeders.
Then they escaped into the Mississippi River Basin, and they outcompete native fish.
Well, I mean, if each mom has 1 million, first of all, how do you remember the names? 1 million eggs a year. Baby. What in the world? And there was a pod in our 7-acre pond, a pod of 10 right there. So how many are in there? And then if they eat anything, why wouldn't they just die? There's no waterway. Where do they replenish? If they eat everything and everybody's dead and you've eaten all their eggs, how do you survive? I don't know.
Wow.
What's 1 million? How big of a space would 1 million fish eggs take?
Goodness.
A million a year.
You saw like a big a pool of the fish.
Yeah, these things.
School of them.
By the way, 40 to 100 pounds. And if they're flying around, you don't think if you're a skier that's going to hurt?
Wow.
You can really get hurt. And I don't know what the status of the waterways are, but I learned yesterday that there's Asian carp in ours. So, and they don't hurt people, but they're awfully big. And I don't know if they have any spikes for defense on fins or something. I don't know. Catfish can kind of hurt you if you don't, or catfish can get big around here.
Well, it says here in this online search, federal agencies strictly regulate these invasive fish to prevent them from overtaking inland reservoirs and pushing towards the Great Lakes. Currently, it says are not currently established in Clinton Lake. When I typed in invasive carp in Clinton Lake, it says it's not.
I suppose you would know, but it's a lot of water out there. I don't know.
And you got video of it.
I got video. A little screaming out of the boat.
So they are there.
Yeah, and what if it flops in your boat and it's a 100-pounder?
Man.
Anyway, it's another thing to think about again for all of us, but it was creepy. And it had a dorsal. I mean, it looked like a shark in the water.
Right.
Like a black thing. Huh. Some do, some don't. Anyway, that's just the stuff we don't know about because we're not really... That can change our life anyway, I guess.
Right.
Something we should know about. I don't know what you do. They have actual spear guns where they're trying to... It's 1 million per mom. You're going to lose that one. Wow. If you want to dominate the world, just have 1 million kids every year, right?
Right.
I can't fathom the number. There's no room in a 7-acre area of water for 1 million new ones, and that's just one mom. That's just hard to believe. Okay, we're teaching National Geographic
there you
stuff
go.
Today.
And you can always chime in at 359-2255 on our Fisher National Bank text line.
I mean, it could be a goldfish, and I'd be scared of a 100-pound fish. There was a place in the Caribbean we went snorkeling. They called the fish Herbie. I can't remember the kind, but it was as big as a Volkswagen. And my kids snorkeled with it. It doesn't do anything, doesn't hurt. It's like a manatee or something, but it's ginormous.
Right.
And so just the size of anything that projects a shadow is usually kind of big. It's 8:27.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance.
Your roof is your home's best protection for the elements outside. And that's why Owens Corning Roofing is designed and tested for superior performance. Kramer is a platinum preferred contractor hand-selected by Owens Corning. So start today and get 10% off the best roofing from the best roofing professionals.
Call 217-355-2720, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Life is short, so why not put dessert first? At Dessert First, every day starts sweet with a delicious morning menu featuring fresh muffins, gooey cinnamon rolls, and homemade pastries. And in the afternoon, it only gets better with cookies, brownies, and rotating treats that change weekly. Got a special occasion coming up? Dessert First has you covered with custom orders including cupcakes, pies, cakes, and cookies made just the way you want them. Treat yourself today because you deserve it. Find Dessert First on Facebook for store hours and more details.
Dr. Benjamin Riney, OSF Healthcare. I know when it comes to developments we're seeing in Urbana, can you update that on behavioral health and the expansion?
Yes. So we are expanding our inpatient behavioral health unit. So we are opening up an additional floor for geriatric, which we're defining as 55 and up for inpatient beds. That'll open the beginning of July. And then we're opening a young adult, which would be kind of 18 to 26, 28, targeting that college age population. And that will open the beginning of September. And then we're going to also be focusing on some what we're calling intensive outpatient programs and partial hospitalization programs that'll open around the beginning of September as well. For the availability of outpatient psychiatry, we now have a total of 4 providers, 2 nurse practitioners and 2 physicians in our outpatient clinic, and then 2 counselors as well. So we've, over the last year, essentially doubled our outpatient services in Urbana.
OSFhealthcare.org.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
Yeah, Greg says we're kind of in a pattern. We're going to have some clouds, some rain, maybe not, and then a little sun and clouds and chance of rain about every day.
That's right.
Not tomorrow, I guess.
Okay.
But after that, it's like 60%.
Let's all get our lawn work done tomorrow.
Come on, let's get her done. 8:30, ESPN 93.5.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster.
Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first.
And Keir Starmer says he'll resign as British Prime Minister, facing opposition from the public and members of his own Labour Party. He says, I will give my successor my full and unequivocal support, knowing that they will inherit a Britain that is far stronger and fairer than the one I inherited 2 years ago. 5-term Federal Reserve Chair Alan Greenspan died. He was 100.
Greenspan was a native New Yorker. He received his doctorate from Columbia University, was an advisor to Richard Nixon's 1968 campaign, then was chair of the Council of Economic Advisors under President Gerald Ford. President Ronald Reagan appointed him to the Federal Reserve in 1987.
Fox's Jenny Castola. Vice President Vance says there was some expected whining from the Iranians, but a lot of progress was made during a first round of direct peace talks in Switzerland. America's listening to Fox News.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This summer, as the weather heats up, the sports action heats up at Circus Sports. With MLB action, golf, or exciting World Cup soccer, Circus Sports has it all. Player-friendly pricing, enhanced in-game options, and best of all, no bet fees. Circus Sports isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be. Whether you're looking for playoff futures or props on your favorite players and more, Circus Sports has you covered. Download the Circus Sports app or visit circusports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign police say they're investigating a shooting that sent a man to the hospital Saturday night on the city's north side. Victim arrived at the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, is cooperating with detectives. Police collected shell casings and reviewed nearby security footage. So far, no arrests have been made. Urbana police arresting a suspect Sunday morning in connection with a series of weekend business burglaries along Cunningham Avenue. Officers say surveillance footage helped identify the individual, who was taken into custody without incident. Several stolen items were recovered. Charges are pending by review review of the Champaign County State's Attorney's Office. Urbana City officials spent the weekend reviewing updates to a downtown safety plan aimed at improving late-night activity. Proposal includes expanded lighting, additional patrol coverage, and new camera placements in high-traffic areas. Council members say the goal is to support businesses while addressing concerns raised by area residents. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
We check our weather forecast. Our meteorologist, his name is Greg Solier, and we will have what we have this week. I do know near the 4th of July, when we get into next week, it does look like we'll hit the 90 thing again, which is kind of normal. But you know what the 4th of July is? It's kind of downhill from there.
Right.
School.
I know.
Football.
It just goes so fast.
So fast.
We're at cloudy and 63 right now.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity as expected. A soaker on Father's Day. Hopefully you kept the advice of the weather guy and did plans B and C. Roughly about an inch, give or take, across a wide and expansive area, and some severe weather none too far to the south and southwest of us. But a quiet day's worth of weather ahead today. Partly cloudy skies by afternoon. We'll get it to clear off for this morning. It may be a sprinkle off east of Champaign County early on today with a high of 73 with a gusty north wind. Tonight mostly clear, cool, low down to 52. Pleasant weather pattern continues on tomorrow. Big cool for the season. Sunshine in 77. Fair in 54 for tomorrow night. Next weather system back in. Expecting shower and thunderstorm possibilities late morning and afternoon on Wednesday. Increasing clouds up near 80. 81 with a partly cloudy Thursday. Chances for rain are back into Friday and Saturday. High temperatures through the weekend climbing into the lower and middle 80s. And there's some humidity due in by early next week. Highs close to about 90. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg
Looking for your
Soldier.
new favorite hangout? Head to Route 45 Wayside in Pasodum. They're open 7 days a week with daily food specials that keep things fresh and affordable. And Sundays? It's Sunday Fun Day from 1 to 4 with live entertainment that brings the party to life. Don't miss their massive 8,000 square foot patio. Perfect for kicking back with friends. Feeling competitive? Jump into their sand volleyball leagues this spring and summer. Co-ed teams, great vibes, and even better memories. Route 45 Wayside in Pasodum. Great food, live music, and fun all week long.
All right, ESPN 93.5. I'm Stevie J. Diane Ducey's there. It is Monday.
Yeah.
And darn ready to go here. Last full week of June.
Father's Day was good for you?
Yeah, we just talked to all the kids. Saw 2 of my kids out of 4, but on FaceTime a little bit. Saw little Hallie, as in hallelujah.
Uh-huh.
And Biloxi, Mississippi, where Jacob's playing baseball right now. They could barely get any games in. It's just been a monsoon in the south. New Orleans and around southern Mississippi, it's just been absolutely untenable for baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, had that, and we're just kind of looking at baby week this week.
Yeah.
I could disappear on you anytime.
Okay.
We're actually going to go to the hospital in Chicago.
Okay.
And Allison and Nathaniel are about to go bring a baby into the world here. And we think this week. I mean, she is full term. She's ready to go. Yeah.
Now, I think for their first one, Josephine, they didn't know the gender.
They didn't know the gender. Josie Gray is a young lady.
And they don't know the gender.
They don't
on
know the
this
gender.
one?
We don't
All
either.
right.
I'm a girl dad and a boy dad.
For Gabrielle, I did Winnie the Pooh theme and
didn't
Yellow
know?
Nursery. I supposedly
generic.
didn't know, but there was some kind of hint to let's get this little cute little pink dress said somewhere along the way.
Who said that?
From I think the person, the godmother, Sandra.
How'd she know?
Because I had her, I wanted somebody to know, and she was in for the sonogram.
Did you have her reveal?
No.
Why did you want somebody to know?
I don't know.
There was when Jacob and Grace had a reveal. They didn't know, but a dear friend did.
Right.
And then went and bought a baseball that would either explode in blue or pink.
Right.
And they didn't know
when they were at the Cincinnati Reds ballpark. Then the jumbotron said, "It's a girl."
Yeah,
That's such a cool reveal.
That's
party.
a tough one to top. Major League Park with a whole Major League team.
And especially someone like Grace throwing the pitch for Jacob to hit. And it was a little difficult for him.
Well, it was a little sideways toss, and she threw it at his chest. And he turned on it, and the player said there only one guy that could have hit that was Jacob. And then Grace said, "Hey." Anyway, yeah. So we don't know, and yeah. I mean, great.
That's right.
I really.
However,
I'm a girl dad and a boy dad. I don't. I'm not rooting for anything really.
Right.
I mean, obviously, at some point, a boy to carry on our name. Right now, we don't have that. So it'd be nice some point to have a boy, but I'll take all girls. I love little girls. I love little boys. So, I'm not rooting for anything. I'll be excited no matter what.
Yeah,
a healthy little baby, and that's what we're looking forward to holding. But that'll be, they're going to be in Park Ridge for that, and so we know where to go. I think we're going to 3B is kind of where we went. Free parking, by the way. At the Park Ridge Hospital.
Nice.
It's the #1 trauma center in the area, and it's free parking.
Okay.
So dig that, and then we go maternity, open 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. I'm doing a little homework.
Okay.
So we will be the parents that, get to be outside the thing. That's what my mom and dad were at 2 pregnancies we had. And they were there, and it's kind of cool to have them there. And then there's some time in between.
One of the neat things that happened over the Father's Day weekend was that Champaign County History Museum display of those Revolutionary era documents at the Champaign Public Library. So it was Thursday through Sunday, but TJ Blakeman, of course, the president of the museum, and to have his family rallying around him, and his parents were there, and just he put so much work into this as we saw these authentic letters from the founding fathers, and Common Sense from Thomas Paine, and the Declaration of Independence from 1776 as we get into the America's 250 zone here and get ready for the 4th of July parade, where we'll salute the Champaign County History Museum as Grand Marshals for that 11:05 parade. I was just happy to see.
Week from Saturday, right?
I know. So that's coming right up.
Yeah, that's it.
So exciting. And I'm just glad it was a success with over 1,400 people walking through to see that exhibit. What are you thinking?
Pretty cool. I flashed back because I was at the hospital for Grace and Jacob.
Oh.
We were at Carl, but it was Illinois Ohio State, and I was tailgating.
Okay.
And I walked to the bus center on University. It's a long walk.
Oh, wow.
And Janet picked me up as she was going down University, put my thumb out, and she stopped.
Yeah, hitchhiker mode.
Yeah. So we went in there and waited for a while. But boy, that's just a great God moment.
Yes, it is.
You just never forget a few things in your life. And if you have kids, you'll always remember that. And then a couple other things is just, you're not going to remember too many of them, but there'll be a bunch of great ones. And yeah, it's all right there. I want to say hey to Brenda Mills. I saw her at CU Church yesterday. Brenda, I've seen on and off, a beautiful woman, and she's been listening to me since I got engaged to Janet. That is 42 years ago. And she knows all about us. I know very little about her, except she's a very cordial, friendly, beautiful woman. And she doesn't look what I think she is. 42 years ago? There are not too many people that have listened to me for 42 years.
That's amazing.
So thank you, Brenda Mills.
It's just heartwarming when someone approaches you and mentions something on the radio
that deep. It's just you just never know. In our business, you just don't know who's out there, who's not. And to be in it a long time, either you're in charge and won't fire yourself, or you have an audience. So
yeah,
I don't know which it is. So
I'm so grateful to have found a career like this where, I've just been able to express myself and, promote different events around town and be kind of the mouthpiece for so many different things that are happening. I'm just so proud of all the volunteers who step up to make things happen. And I'm happy to promote all that, and I just feel like, this is what God meant me to do. It's an honor.
It is. It's been a lot of changes, as there have been in every industry, but there's certainly been a lot of changes in radio, and certainly local radio. And back in the day when they were all mom and pop owned, turned into a corporate deal in the 80s, I think. That's kind of when everybody owned a lot of stations. And then you worked for a particular organization, and I never thought a big company was near as good as a local one, because you can react quicker, be more sensitive, have a history of where you are a little bit. And these big ones that come in might run a good, profitable house, which is obviously critical, but they don't have they're just not from here. We're townies.
Yeah.
And that's rare.
Invested in our community.
That's it. 843.
Looking for bold flavor and a good time just down the road? Head to Smoke and Shine Moonshine Bar and Grill on Route 45 in Tolono, where the food is slow smoked and the fun comes easy. Sink your teeth into tender brisket, juicy pulled pork, mouth-watering wings, and smash burgers done right. And don't miss what locals call the best patty melt around. Pair it all with one of their 28 flavors of moonshine. Happy hours from 3 to 5 and catch live music every Saturday night. For more updates and their full menu, like Smoke and Shine on Facebook.
Balthor! Blue, timeout. Bobby, what's the dealio? You've watched 3 straight batters.
Skip, I bought my wife a kitchen package of appliances, and I just realized I got them from a store that doesn't have a service department.
Oh, for the love, Bobby. I'm going to have to go to the pen, bring in Paul Reekin from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Hey guys, Bobby, when you go shopping for a new appliance, you need to buy from a store that has service.
That's Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
At Dick Van Dyke, we have our own certified techs to take care of any issues that pop up after the sale is over.
Kinda like a closer to seal up the win?
Exactly.
I can feel the stress leaving my body, Skip.
Now you're leaving the game, Bobby. Paul, you're in.
Okay.
Next time, leave the hot dogs in the dugout.
But they're just too good, Skip.
Wow.
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. We stand behind what we sell. We offer so much more. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
All right, quarter till. I'm Stevie J. Diane Ducey has sports headlines.
Yeah, Coach Shauna Green was talking to the press inside the last week about the summer workouts and trying to stay healthy with so many of her 22-12 team that made round 32 returning this season. In fact, ESPN has a preseason ranking of Illinois women's basketball at number 16. CBS Sports has them at number 24.
That's awesome. This is women's basketball now.
I know.
Women's basketball.
And they haven't really trended in this way with a high preseason ranking since 1999.
That's just like 27 years ago.
When they were at 12.
Yeah.
And that was the Teresa Grinch years,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Right.
So so fun to talk to her inside the last 6 months when you interviewed her at Pia's, and she came back. I think she was a Hall of Famer now for the U of I, right?
No, she, and they made a movie out of her college basketball team.
Right.
And Teresa Grinch, I just have probably more of a connection to her than she has with me because she filled in when we had the triplets.
Right.
And she worked a whole week for me when I couldn't.
And her husband had that infectious laugh.
Carl passed away, and we miss him, but he had an amazing laugh. I went to their house and made pancakes on the radio. And according to the ratings, which we had back then, we had 8 out of 10 listeners listening to that pancake broadcast. 8 out of 10 listening to the radio were listening to that.
That's awesome.
Because Carl was making fun of my fat pancakes.
And didn't he call them like oven mitts or something?
Hot pads.
Hot pads,
Yeah.
that's it. The Cubs game was postponed due to rainy conditions yesterday, so that'll be played on August 6th. But they're heard over on US 105.9 with a 6:10 start today. Detroit over the Chicago White Sox 5-4. They'll start at 6 with a series starting up against Cleveland. And Arizona is who the St. Louis Cardinals will play after beating Kansas City yesterday. Here's your Redbird recap.
With Ricky Orton, I'm John Rooney, and a good old-fashioned American League game broke out yesterday. A combined 22 runs on 28 hits, 17 left on. The Cardinals outlasted the Royals. In the end, it was 12-10 Redbirds.
Hitting was really good in the entire Kansas City series. They got a season-high 12 runs, a season-high 16 hits, but it still came down to the final out. Riley O'Brien struggled in the ninth, gave up a couple runs, but was able to close it out.
The Royals had pressure on the Cardinal pitching staff Thursday, Friday, and Sunday.
Really a great series by Caglione, their first baseman, who had 4 home runs in the series. Very dangerous, and they had a lot of good at-bats, including, of course, their all-star catcher, Perez.
Stephen Kolek gave up 9 earned runs. It was Dustin May giving up 6. The starters weren't around long. Gordon Graceffo picked up the victory over Stephen Kolek, and the Cardinals are back home to play against Arizona tonight. We're on the air at 5:50.
That's essentially sports.
Yeah.
I'm Diane Ducey.
8:48, and I mentioned expectations on particular Illinois basketball. Football, I expect a bowl. I can't project. We just lost a lot of people. And I don't know, maybe what we got's better, for all I know. But I don't know. So I think we're cautiously optimistic for Illinois football. Brett Bielema has this program going where we just never thought we could go. We've never won 19 games in 2 seasons like we have in the last 2 ever. God, we didn't play that many back in the day. Robert Zupke's teams were 8-1, so they didn't play the 9, 10, 11, 12 games until later. So that's awesome. And then again, basketball, the expectations are high because we're going to be in the top 5 ranking. The positive of that is we're on every ESPN sportscast because we're ranked. They always cover the highly ranked teams. Every game we play will get high coverage because we're going to be a top 5 team. So, I mean, and that's where you want to go. But you got to carry the weight of that. They lost to who? I mean, all of that. But that's where we want to live, right? When Duke loses, you know about it. That's what we want to be. We want to be when Illinois loses, you know about it.
Right.
That never happened. I mean, that kind of stuff. But it's all about March, as we all know. And maybe we can get into April again, which would be remarkable to do that again.
Yes.
So fun. Everyone knows that when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 for PDR Automotive. But did you also know that if you don't have a key and you need it to run, call 367-9481. PDR now performs key cutting with programming. PDR also performs module cloning. Cloning makes that module plug and play, in many cases allowing you to utilize a used module where a new module is no longer available or very expensive. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Hi, this is Jason Snyder with Philo Exchange Bank. For over 140 years, we have been rooted in your community, making local decisions for local people. We know you and understand your goals. In a world where so much feels uncertain, one thing remains the same. We are here for you. Reliable, local, trusted for generations. Visit us in St. Joseph, Philo, Allerton, Broadlands, and our newest branch in Tolono opening this spring.
When sewer or septic trouble hits, visit Berg Sewer and Septic. Family owned and proudly serving Central Illinois, Berg specializes in sewer repair, septic service, water line repairs, sump pumps, and drainage solutions. They don't upsell, they solve the problem right the first time. From backups to breakdowns, count on Central Illinois' most trusted septic service. Berg Sewer and Septic. Dependable, honest, local. Get a second opinion you can trust. Visit bergtanksinc.com.
Check your weather. Our meteorologist, his name is Mr. Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity as expected. A soaker on Father's Day. Hopefully you kept the advice of the weather guy and did plans B and C. Roughly about an inch, give or take, across a wide and expansive area, and some severe weather none too far to the south and southwest of us. But a quiet day's worth of weather ahead today. Partly cloudy skies by afternoon. We'll get it to clear off for this morning. It may be a sprinkle off east of Champaign County early on today with a high of about 73 with a gusty north wind. Tonight mostly clear, cool, low down to 52. Pleasant weather pattern continues on tomorrow. Bit cool for the season. Sunshine in 77. Fair in 54 for tomorrow night. Next weather system back in. Expecting shower and thunderstorm possibilities late morning and afternoon on Wednesday. Increasing clouds up near 80. 81 with a partly cloudy Thursday. Chances for rain are back into Friday and Saturday. High temperatures through the weekend climbing into the lower and middle 80s. And there's some humidity due in by early next week. Highs close to about 90. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
This week, it's the one sale pet lovers can't afford to miss. The Pet-tastic Flooring Event at Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery. First, get a free labor credit on every carpet and floor. Get a $50 labor credit for every 100 feet you buy. Plus, get up to a $1,000 rebate on select Shaw floors, including the Pet Perfect carpet and flooring collections. Ask how you can get free accessories or area rugs with your furniture purchase and buy it all with 2 years financing. The Pet-tastic Flooring Event is going on now at Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery.
Hey golf cart shoppers, tired of the same old golf cart shopping experience? Come over to Midwest Carts in Tuscola, Illinois, where customers rave about unbeatable pricing, massive selection, and full service done right. As the largest Denago golf cart dealer in Illinois, they've got premium new models plus 20 to 30 quality used carts ready to roll at any time. And the best part? Free delivery on new carts anywhere in Illinois or Indiana. Midwest Carts, Tuscola, Illinois. Find them at mwcarts.com.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
All righty. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., Diane Ducey.
All right. Enjoy your day.
Thank you. You as well. That's Diane. I'm Stevie J. Thank you for listening. Meet you tomorrow. Have a great Monday. Sarah Champagne Managing Partner Ben Quattrone on why integrity is important at Sarah.
We hire the person. The person makes the deal. The person makes the department. The person makes everyone around them treat people with courtesy and respect. If you have a quality human being, you can play any position, right? We're talking about sports. They can perform in any department, and I could teach someone a job, but I can't teach them to be a good person.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com.
You know, with like Lands Inc., we specialize in, we've got an amazing HVAC department that takes care of your furnace, you know, your heat system, air conditioning, they do
pumps,
that.
yeah.
And for us in Underground, we take care of all your pipes that come into your home, leave your home, and work around your home to keep it dry, you know, your drainage system, sump pumps, things like that. And exactly what you said, if you don't know, you know, a couple decades ago, it was more like, oh, something broke, go fix it, repair it, no big deal. Well, now with the technology, we have cameras, like you said, that we can come in on these orange comfort clubs, and we can camera your sewer lines underneath your house and check them out just to make sure they're fine. If there's something wrong with it, we can show you right then. You know, truth is in seeing it.
Yeah.
We show it to you, and then you can plan as a homeowner for making those repairs or dealing with that issue later on. If it's an immediate need, at least you're not caught off surprise.
That sewer camera inspection with a proper clean out. I was just learning more at landsinc.com.
When sewer or septic trouble hits, visit Berg Sewer and Septic. Family owned and proudly serving Central Illinois, Berg specializes in sewer repair, septic service, water line repairs, sump pumps, and drainage solutions. They don't upsell, they solve the problem right the first time. From backups to breakdowns, count on Central Illinois' most trusted septic service. Berg Sewer and Septic. Dependable, honest, local. Get a second opinion you can trust. Visit bergtanksinc.com.
I've got to clean out this garage. Let's see. What's the cheapest and easiest dumpster service in our area?
Here's what I found. The doggy bag.
Think she's broken. I'm not looking for takeout. Siri, try again.
The doggy bag from Bulldog Disposal in Mahomet.
Doggy bag? What's that?
If you got junk that needs to go, but you don't want the hassle of having an enormous dumpster delivered, grab a doggy bag, keep it as long as you need. They'll come take it away. For more information, just visit bulldoggybag.com.
That's bulldoggybag.com.
Looking for the perfect pair of boots? Come on down to Pard's Western Shop in Urbana. With an amazing selection that fits every style, Pard's has the perfect pair waiting for you the next time you're hitting the rodeo or stepping out in style. They've got great deals and sale prices on men's cowboy boots, girls' cowgirl boots, and kids' boots. And their friendly staff will make sure you leave with the boots you love. Pard's Western Shop, serving its customers with high-quality merchandise since 1968. Go see them today at 306 North Maple Street in Urbana.
When you're stuck on the road, you need help you can trust, fast. That's where T-Pro Towing and Roadside Repair comes in. From light duty to heavy duty towing, they've got you covered 24 hours a day. With their state-of-the-art facilities, 3Cs, a division of T-Pro Towing, can repair semis to passenger cars at their Camargo facility. Service across central Illinois, including Urbana, Tuscola, and Camargo. Save their number now, 217-253-3450. That's T-Pro Towing and 3Cs. Ready when you need them, anytime, anywhere. Let your local Farmers Insurance agent Michael Rumsey put his experience to work for you. Michael Rumsey proudly serves Champaign County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Hey, we're looking for a couple of really professional drivers that know the ropes and would like to get a home where they're treated with respect, getting home every weekend, making a good wage, and doing the right thing safely. Yeah.
Awesome. 2 people. All right. And how would they connect with you for that?
They can get me at timo@gftlog.com or 765-793-7131 extension 4, or even my cell phone right now, 765-505-1295.
And then for dedicated diesel off Route 45 on Triumph Drive, as you're driving toward Rantoul on the left-hand side, you'll find dedicated diesel. What do you offer there?
Hey, we've got a couple of good mechanics and trailer mechanic and a tractor mechanic right now. We're doing DOT annual inspections, trailer repair, truck repair, just whatever you need, we can take care of.
Wow, that's really nice to know because, you know, we have to drive into some other cities. Not convenient. You can't get all that done here in Urbana at dedicated diesel. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign, Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.